Hi, so today we are here in Defence Colony with Mr. Rajiv Suri, and we're standing in front of a monument over here which has just been recovered for the public. So, can you please tell us something about this, the backstory about the monument?
Hi, Verhaen. Great to have you this morning, Sunday morning, and you've organized children to come in here and do this painting competition, tree hugging. You've taken them around. So this is the start of our cultural renaissance, if I may use the term, of actually rejuvenating this area from what it had become. So behind me is the Gumti of Sheikh Ali, which had been occupied by the Defence Colony Welfare Association for a period of 60 years. Now, over these 60 years, they had, of course, no locus standi to be occupying this. But at the initial stages when the colony was being built, at that point in time, because there was no other structure, they used it temporarily. And it was expected that after the colony layout plans, they would vacate it. But they continued to stay here, and they made fundamental alterations in the building to the extent that, it was no longer a monument. And we can see here, if you could pan this here, and look at the amount of rubble that has come out in just trying to break open all the various encroachments and extensions and windows, blockages, etc. that they are done. So therefore, we approached first the High Court. The High Court dismissed our case. We moved the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court saw merit in our case, and finally they gave the RWA orders to vacate it, and the archaeological department to start restoring it. So that's where we are at right now.
And there used to be some parking also here. I see
Yeah.
now people can play
Yeah,
games and
yeah,
stuff. The
Yeah.
people of the colony.
So over a period of time, again, this entire area degenerated and degraded itself into a mafia den. Used car dealers. This initially was an open space as it is now, vacated. But MCD, in their wisdom or foolishness, whichever term you want to use, they allocated as nominated parking in their effort to garner revenue, and that parking brought in not just cars to park. Initially, they felt that that this market across, which is the Defence Colony main market, was growing. So therefore, short-term parking. That if you come in, say, for lunch and you need to park for 2 hours or something, there's not enough parking, so it can be used for short-term parking. But that of course didn't work out. It became long-term parking, and people from neighboring Kotla and other colonies, they began to park their cars permanently here.
Okay.
As a consequence, this became one as a permanent parking, month on month, and the second is it became a used car dealer area where cars were kept, old cars were kept, people could come and buy them. And this followed with the Vice crew, the Vice den, in which you had, all forms of vice, from prostitution to hermaphrodites to drugs to everything happening after 7 o'clock at night. You couldn't come here after 7 o'clock. It was such a dangerous place. So fortunately, we were very fortunate that there was someone in the Supreme Court, a very senior counsel, who was the court commissioner, appointed as court commissioner, and he took the cudgels up while getting this, recording this, and we were managed to get the parking mafia also out from here.
That's great. Now the children of the colony can use this space as a safe space. They can learn about the trees. They can learn how to cycle here.
Exactly.
And it's
So Viren, this is work in progress. We are still at the first stage. As you can see, we are trying to restore this monument, and as you can see, that just scraping it is taking so much of time because lime after lime, layers and layers. So they are just stripping it, and finally the restoration will take a little time. Then it is our intention, like here, for instance, these are the parks here. But again, they've been further encroached by MCD. They've created 2 nurseries on land which belongs to the Gumti, the land that belongs here. They created an office there on the other side, and that office also has no locus standi. They just built an office there, which the Supreme Court has asked them to vacate, but they haven't vacated as yet. So once we get all this land back together, we will continue to make it into a wonderful green space for the citizens, for the residents, for people to come and enjoy, play games, pray, meditate, walk, whatever they want to do. Young children to cycle, elders to take a walk, and make it into a nice, pleasurable zone for green zone for all of us.
So very important work and very hard work that has gone into this. So it's very commendable what
Well,
you've done.
Viren, let me put it this way. When the time is right, even the universe conspires to make things happen.
Yeah.
So we were thrown out of the High Court
Yeah.
for the same case, but the Supreme Court saw merit in it, and they, took it up and they worked very strongly. So our deepest gratitude to the Supreme Court for having actually recognized this and taking it up. And of course, as I said, that the universe has conspired with us to make it happen.
Yeah. It's a really great initiative, and I think if similar thing is happening in other parts of the city or the country, then people can take this example and reclaim those places
Yeah.
back for the society.
Yeah. So that's the intention. That once we have this as a model, once we create this as a model, then we will try to replicate this model. We have decided not to actually take more matters into the Supreme Court at this stage, because as yet this is work in progress. Once this is finished and done, then we will replicate it and say, look, if you can do it for one, it can be done for others as well.
Right.
And so therefore this will follow. This will be the next step. As yet we have a lot of work to restore this completely, and then we will take it forward. That's the intention and hope. And we are actually very, very, very grateful to people like you who brought in your young team here to understand what's happening, to do a painting competition, to participate in this. And this, what I said in the beginning, is the start of a cultural renaissance. We will now be able to show the people here that we have something of our own.
Yeah. Great. So thank you so much for giving us all this information and for doing all this hard work in the first place.
Most grateful to
And,
you, most grateful.
Yeah, thank you for this interview also. So
Thank you.
we can spread the information to more people out there.
Very grateful to you.
And,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
we'll be coming again soon, getting more people down here to enjoy the space.
Excellent. Look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.